Here,
Okay.
I'm here. You hear me?
Yep. I hear you, but I don't see you. Okay. All right, here we go. We live?
Yep.
All right. Hey, what's up, all you mentalities?
Oh, no.
It's gone. Well, we can do the show without him. Mentalities, we are live. We're going live.
Man, all right.
Where you at? Anyway.
Is he popping back in? Okay.
Well, whatever. We're live, guys. What's up, you guys? We're live from the
What's
LA Talk Radio of Los Angeles. You know, I don't know what's going on with Delano's internet. He didn't pay the shit, so it's okay. He's on Arkansas dial-up, but we're good to go. Where's this guy at, man? Where'd he go? Anyway.
Yeah,
there you go.
all right, there you go.
Back in. There you are.
Here?
You good?
Okay. Y'all can hear me? Okay. Wow, technical difficulties, folks. Okay. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mentality Show. We apologize for these technical difficulties we're dealing with today, but as we know, this is the new normal in the world, and, you know, hey, things happen. So this is a live show. You never know what could happen. But we are the Mentality Show from the crib. This is our second month doing this thing, and we are trying to keep this show going, folks, as the world goes on. Our show is still going on, and we're going to make sure we entertain you as much as possible and do our jobs in this new normal that's going on in the world today. So discussing that, first of all, let me do the introductions. I'm your host, Delano. I got my man, Tech C. We got Vato V, KC, Scully, and then we have a very special guest today. She is joining us. She's been on our show before. We're so happy to have her here today. She is the perfect guest for our show today. She has a show on YouTube and Spotify and also iTunes. It's called I've Got Scars, Baby. And she's going to tell you what that's all about today. It airs every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. And she is also a life coach. She also is just someone who I know her personally. She also emits positive vibes to everyone who meets her. She's gotten me through many, many tough times. Please, gentlemen, I'm so excited to have her here today, and the audience we're going to reintroduce her to the audience. Please, let's welcome to the show, Miss Audra Bryant, gentlemen. Audra Bryant.
Yo. Big up.
How y'all doing? I am excited to be here.
Yes.
The Mentality Show. I'm the only lady. I feel fine. This is great. Okay.
It takes a lot to hold your own on the show here. I mean, for a lady to get on this show and talk to all us men about what's going on, it takes a whole lot. So you're a hell of a woman for being here today.
No, you do just fine. You hold your own.
Yeah, you know, I do what I do. I do what I do. I'm not afraid. I'm unafraid. So
that's what's up. So Audra, tell us a little bit about your show. Tell us about who you are. Reintroduce yourself to the audience and let them know basically what you do.
So I'm an artist, singer, songwriter, comedian, but I'm also a burn survivor. So you can see here, I've been scarred. And so my story in a nutshell is I was burned at 1.5 years. I had 6 surgeries between the ages of 2 and 16. And I didn't look at myself in the mirror until I was 25 because I didn't want to see my scars. So I wrote a song about it. I'm not about to sing it right now, but I wrote a song about it called Scars. And from there, you know, I would go and perform the song and people would come up to me and they would show me their scars and talk about their, you know, what they've experienced in life. And I was like, okay, I got to do something with this. You know, I can't just let it sit. So I created the podcast, I've Got Scars, Baby, because, you know, and I interview people who've experienced, you know, some trauma in their life. But I believe even though you have scars, it doesn't mean that you can't live a fulfilled life. You can't move in your purpose. Sometimes it actually catapults you to your purpose. So yeah, I'm talking to people. We've had guests on the show, 3 kidney transplants, a young man on the show that basically he had his legs and feet. He cannot feel his legs and feet, but he is a champion swimmer, is in the Paralympics, and I mean, like, is incredible. So yeah, I mean, I think we all have scars. So I just wanted to make sure that people could come on the show and they could see people living out their dreams no matter what.
That is awesome. And when you talk about scars, you're not just talking about physical scars. We're talking about mental scars as well, correct?
Yeah. It's not just a physical thing. A lot of times the bigger scars we have are the internal scars that nobody can see. So we talk about that stuff too.
Yeah, you know what? You're kind of like a psychologist, sort of, for people out there. We've had a few psychologists on the show that have helped us personally, including myself. There's a lot of men here on this show that have some mental scars that they need to work on, and they may get into it. Vato V may get into it a little bit here on the show today, you know. So.
Hey, I'm stuck on that song, man. Can we get a little piece of the chorus?
What? Oh,
She'll
Lord.
do it too. She'll do it. She will do it.
Okay.
You can actually see it on YouTube, right? You can see this.
Yeah, I have a video for my song Scars. It's on YouTube. If you could just go to my website, audrabryant.com. You can see it there, but it's also on YouTube, Audra Bryant Scars. But that was actually the first time I felt like that was what I would consider like a coming out moment for me, as in coming out, like showing my scars to the world. Yeah. And I was looking like a hoochie mama in the video, and my mom was cheering me on. Like, this is when you know. Look at you. Look at you.
Okay.
You done bust out the video.
My man Tech C doing his job.
All right, Fancy.
It is.
Yes. But here's the funny part. You know you got to get your life together when your mama is like, yes, go ahead with your little tiny shorts on. Go ahead. Be a hoochie. Like, my mom was like, if you don't, I'm gonna need you to slut it up a bit, Audra. Like, that's when you know you can get it together.
That's right. That's well, you look great in the video, and I've seen the video several times. It's a great song. Oh, there we go. You gonna put the audio on, Tech C? There we go. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. I got scars, baby. It's a very catchy song. I tell you that. It's a great song. Yeah,
Thank you.
Check it out on YouTube. That's when I first met Audra. She mentioned the song to me, and I went on YouTube. And I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this because I know you personally. It's a wonderful song. It's a beautiful song. Has a lot of meaning, and there's a lot of people out there who could use that message in their lives. And you actually do that. You don't just sing the walk. Or sing the talk. You walk the walk. So tell us a little bit about what you do as far as giving positive vibes to people, especially right now during this whole coronavirus thing. People need that more than ever. So what's some of your advice regarding this whole thing?
Well, it's so interesting because what I've learned thus far, portions of what I'm learning is that everybody's afraid of what they don't, like, when you don't know, when you can't predict what's about to happen tomorrow or even in 20 minutes, you're not quite sure, and things are changing rapidly. Yeah. Like, it's terrifying, to be honest. Like, and I've dealt with that. Like, just because, I can coach people and encourage people or whatever, that doesn't mean I'm not human and I haven't, had to feel the feelings. But that was for me, that was a part of it. Like, is allowing yourself to feel the feeling, allowing yourself to, if you're freaking terrified, if you're having a moment, or you're just like, you know what, I don't want to go outside. You know what, I'm not trying to go to the party that everybody's, either wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. I just want to stay in the house. I just want to do this. The concept of self-care is huge. Right. And I think that's the thing, is you have to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, but allow it to flow through you.
Right.
And for me, I also had to start tapping into the why.
Right.
Like, why is everything happening? So I had a whole process, and I was like, God, okay, what's going on? Yeah. What is happening? Yeah. Why is all this stuff happening? And a lot of things, you know, I have my certain places, like people like on YouTube, people that I kind of look to and listen to about certain things. But what I felt my spirit and what I even tapped into as far as watching certain people speaking about it is this being in a space of people really waking up and waking up to the darkness within themselves. You know, I felt like it really is time to go within and to see like what's the deal? Like, we're talking, you know, right now we have a lot of elements of, you know, racism and, oh, I thought that was gone. Nope. Right. Hey, boo, right. Nope. It's right there in your face. And but it's in your face right now. Right. And that's okay. That's okay. Like, I truly believe, like, if you're trying to heal anything, the issue is when you try to, like, deny. Yeah. You know, like when you're trying to say, oh no, that you know, I don't have any issues. I'm fine. Everything is cool. And you try to say everything is cool, and it's like, you're not cool. Yeah. And these are reasons that you could, you know, you're not okay. And it's okay to not be okay, but you can't ignore the fact that if you have certain biases, if you have certain issues, and it's not just all a racial thing, but if you, like, this is on everybody has a dark side. But you can't ignore your dark side. And I feel like this is a time that your dark side is starting to kind of jump up into your face and showing you yourself. You got to deal with that. Yeah. So
it's like they say, the first step to solving a problem is admitting that you have one. You know?
Exactly.
That's the first step into helping yourself and that type of thing, you know.
Absolutely.
There's been many times I've had some rough days, even after this show. Sometimes, you know, we have to focus on a lot of the things going on in the world. And of course, there's a lot of negative things going on right now. And there's been many conversations I've had with you where you always have this thing about you where you turn a negative news story or something going, you always find the positive in that. And that's a great quality to have. And I see why a lot of people say that they're these health coaches or, you know, there are these positive people, but when you talk to them, you don't really see that. With you, I actually see that, you know, so you have that quality for sure. You're not just on here talking. This is the real deal here talking to you today. Gentlemen, I'm sorry, I'm kind of hogging up this whole thing. Any of you guys have any questions for her? Go ahead and spit it out.
No, I'm a fan of this type of movement because in today's time, people tend to be so hard on themselves. You know, most times when you get past that one little scar or thing that's holding you back, like for me, I dealt with a lot of depression from some college sports shit, and I would never forgive myself because something a coach told me, and it took me like 15 years to be like, why am I letting this hold me? What this one person said to me hold me back in life, make me go into drugs and have problems with my wife and child, and it's just like, you know, it took me. People need to hear that, you know, you can figure out the problem, deal with it, grow and move, and then life is easier because once you get past that scar or that trauma thing, you find out you can do so much more because one little thing holds you back from doing a lot. And you know, in this world, we have a lot of kids who are depressed because of, you know, vanity things. And, you know, I deal with it with my nieces, like, you're beautiful, do your thing, you know. But when you see people live it and do it, it's good. You know, I think a lot of times my family, they look at me in a good light because, like, man, remember when, you know, he was homeless and he got a master's degree, and look, because he, you know, but I now I'm like, I could talk about it, like it's, you know, it's something I went through, and the more you talk about it, I think it heals yourself a lot more, for me personally. So I'm a fan of you, Audra. This is, you know, I met you. I don't even remember Scar, so that shows that that's not even the issue. You're awesome, you know. Aww. I thought I met you somewhere at a party. I was like, at a different party. And I was like, oh, I don't want for it, So, your spirit is amazing. It's large, it's good to be around that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I honestly, I feel like the only reason I feel at all like I can even do the podcast or talk about any of this stuff is because I've struggled so freaking much. Like, just being honest, like I've had such a difficult time just dealing with myself that it's just like hiding, like I've hidden for so long.
Yeah.
That it's just kind of like, yo, wow, like this is what it feels like to be out here and not to be hiding yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like as soon as they started chilling out on the quarantine and it was like, all right, y'all can go out and go outside and be in the sunshine. You're like, yes, you go crazy. And so that honestly is just where it comes from for me. Is just, I just know what it's like to be in that, that darker place where you're just like, well, what's the point? I'm not good enough. I'm not, I'm not pretty enough for this. I'm not this for that, like I know what that feels like. So, and I never want anybody to experience that because it sucks. But it doesn't have to stop you.
Audra, what gave you the courage to step out of that hole you felt like you were in and, accept the scars and the pain and all that stuff you've been through and all the bad experiences? What was the one thing you say, or maybe several things you say, gave you the courage to do that?
Well, I will say this. I wasn't necessarily, I remember when I was 17, I said, I want to encourage people through my music. Like I feel like I did do this. Like when I said that, like, I want to encourage people through my music. Yes. But as I got older, like I was still hiding, still wearing turtlenecks in the summertime, catching heat stroke, like doing all of that. But then when I was 25, like I remember saying, yeah, again, I want to encourage people through my music. And then something hit me when I was 25, and it was like, I felt like God said to me, like it was just an impression in my spirit that was just like, so you want to encourage people, but you won't even look at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoop. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. And so it's like in that next moment, the release for me, I'll say, is I felt something again in my spirit say, well, Audra, everybody has scars, some on the outside and some on the inside.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was the thing that set me free. Like that was the thing that like opened up the floodgates of me moving toward healing for myself.
Yeah. Did you notice?
We all have scars. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you did that, did you notice that people treated you differently than before? Like when you felt, I guess, less attractive or down on yourself, people treated you like that. And then when you came out of these scars or whatnot, and you felt that you were a beautiful person, that you have a lot to offer the world, people started treating you differently. They started treating you in that respect as well, right? So it kind of goes to the old adage that what we think about ourselves, the energy that we portray to others, is how they're going to treat us, basically. So if you feel like you're if you feel like you're an ugly, if you feel like you're an ugly or less attractive or person with all these issues, and you're not someone who can contribute to the world and all these bad things, then that's the energy that you put out, and people are going to treat you like that. But when you feel like you're, I know I'm handsome, I know I'm pretty, I know I'm Metro, as these guys, like to call me on the show. Then
they brag about that.
Yeah, they call me Metro. No, they call me Metro. Yeah. Because I look better than all them. So
he brags about it.
No, you guys, y'all call me Metro. Y'all call me Metro.
Well, we got to keep it real. We got to keep it real, man.
Oh, Scully's in on this now? Scully used to be the quiet in that one. Now, okay, he wants to come in on it.
He's quiet for like 20 minutes.
I know. What's up with you, Scully? We get into your red rant in a second. Trust me, we're gonna get to your red rant.
This is a deep conversation,
isn't it? Talking with
Balls
Audra
deep,
is always like that. Yeah, balls deep, right?
balls deep.
That's always deep. Oh man. Uh-huh.
So yeah, so now with the quarantining and all that stuff, you know, you and I have talked outside the show, and even somebody as positive as you've admittedly had a hard time with all this, being in the house and you know, mentally dealing with all this type of stuff. What are some of the things that you've done that's helped you sort of get through this thing?
What I've done, one, I had to just be okay with not being okay sometimes. Because I haven't always been like super uptight, but it's like being okay with not being okay. Like, I'm feeling like this right now. It's okay to feel like that right now.
Yeah.
So you allow yourself to feel it. And then it's like, okay, cool. How do I make a good decision for myself, a good decision for my mental health, you know, now that I feel like this or whatnot. And so for me, it was just like, okay, let me go and listen to this YouTube channel where they have a lot of positive stuff on there. They're talking about what's going on in the world from a more spiritual perspective, not like news. And then also I had to really tap out of the news. The news is like, and I don't even watch the news, but it's like even social media and people's opinions on things and people's fears, like you're tapping into people's emotional state. And I'm an empath just very naturally. Like I could see
what was that word?
An empath.
I've never heard that in my life.
What does that mean, Audra? You know,
see, I'm not the only one.
Well, an empath is someone that you can feel someone's emotional state. You're very sensitive to someone's emotional state. So, like for instance, like watching like violence in movies or something, like I it's not good for me because I will feel it. Like I've looked at somebody and just a glance and I'm like, this person needs some assistance or this person needs encouragement. I've had that experience before. So imagine then you're tapping into like social media, even if you're not watching news, social media, you had a conversation on the phone with one of your friends and they just like, I know this, you know, whatever. Like you're going to pick up that energy and that's all it is energy. And you're going to pick it up, you're going to feel it. And it's going to change your emotional state. And now everybody's feeling terrible and heavy and low and afraid. So being able to tap out and say, okay, and I'm about to go over here and make my dreams come true. You know, focus in on something that can I would also say focusing on something that can be a solution to what's going on in the world. Because you are the solution at the end of the day, you know? Like you being healthy, you being vibrating high, you being making somebody smile, making somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like that is literally changing the world because we're all connected.
Yeah.
So you being good, just you on an individual basis makes it better for the entire universe. So literally go be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm fucking up some universes because I'm not dealing with this quarantine shit well at all. I'm bitter. I'm snapping at people. I'm a social. I like to be out. I like to be in the sun. I want to go to the beach. I like human beings. Well, especially, I don't like men too much, but, well, not straight men. I can't stand straight men. But anyway, I'd rather be around my women and my gays. That said it. I don't like none of these straight dudes. They lie. They're too. They're chatty. I can't deal with it. You know what I mean?
Chatty? Okay.
Men are way more chatty than women. I'm telling you.
Audra, you could tell KC needs a lot of your help in that respect, right? So.
Well, I mean, how do you want to feel?
Oh, I need free. These walls. No.
I mean, first of all, I do believe that getting sun is incredibly important. Like, I don't think during this time that means you don't go out and get sun. Like that is vital to your overall health and mental health, physical health. So definitely get some sun at least.
Let's go to the desert.
Like you don't have to be around people to get sun.
I just live a passionate, destructive life, and sitting inside is
passionately destructive.
That's how this basically describes my life.
Yeah, that's true.
Destructive.
So you're okay with that then? I mean, it sounds like you're good.
That's my zen.
That's
there
where you want to stay. Okay, well if that's where you want to be,
it's working right now.
That's where it's working.
Working, yeah. This is it.
Okay. Okay. Well, if that's where you want to be, then then you're good.
I like that.
Hey, Audra, I just discovered when you use the word empath, that's short for empathy, correct?
We just looked it up.
Yeah, I mean,
He's Google that shit.
Hey, that crossed my mind as soon as she said it.
Having empathy, and like being an empath, as in like the personification of, being able to be a person that has empathy for others. Yeah.
Why you gotta use all these big old words? You know I'm from Arkansas.
You're so silly.
Hey, Delano, she said empathy, not impotent.
Nice. You know when somebody's trying to define a word to you, and in the middle of defining that word, they use other big words you don't understand? That just happened to me right there. So, Bato B, what's on your mind, man? What's on your mind? What questions do you have for Audra here?
No, you know what? She's right about that stuff in regards to scars, not just physical scars, but mental scars. We all go through that stuff. We all go through traumatic experiences. Whether it's whatever happens in your life, whether it's violence, whether it's shit you see or whatever it sticks to your head, or relationship wise, you know what I mean? The way to come out of it, like Casey said, is just like either you talk about it or it's something that it's gonna make you stronger because you've gone through that experience, like breakups and stuff like that. That's one of that just makes you stronger as a person. You know what I mean? Like you as a person, like you came out of the whole scar thing. Obviously, it was bothering you for a while, and you had to accept yourself for who you are. You know what I mean? And that's what we all have to be. But it takes that time. Yeah. Like you could be of whatever age, but one of these days you're gonna just look at yourself and be like, what am I doing? What am I doing to myself? I gotta come out of that and just accept it for who it is and move on and move forward. So that's good, man. That's good what you're doing. You're
Bato,
yes,
let
sir.
me ask you, what scar in your personal life do you feel you really had to work on in your personal life? And gentlemen, I'm going to ask all you this question, so be prepared to answer that. What scar in your life did you really have to overcome?
You know what? The scar that I had, I got married at a young age. You know what I mean? And I was with my ex-wife for a while. It was a long relationship. Once we went through the whole divorce process, you think you're going to be with this person for a while, so you commit yourself to this person. But when shit goes bad, you're like, damn, what am I going to do now? You know what I mean? So that to me was like, I felt when I found out what happened, and I felt broken. Like I felt like my spirit was broken, and I was like, man, I'm never going to be good enough for anybody else. Like if I lost this person, I'm never going to be good enough for anybody else. So I did feel something break, like my spirit broke. But the way I got out of it is like I started like going to, believe it or not, I started going to the gym and started like really working on myself. And once I saw myself in a different, like once I transitioned to another person, it's like, damn, like what, this could work. Like I started noticing other women looking, and I'm like, you know what, like okay, this can work. I wasn't ready at the time to start dating, but I started getting my confidence back. You know what I mean? Once I started dating again, we're good. Huh?
What were they looking
at? Yeah, what were they looking at?
They're looking at me, baby.
That's awesome.
He was naked at the gym, and they were looking.
That's right. That's right.
They were looking at your jersey, huh?
They're looking at the jersey, baby.
He's talking about all the old men in the gym with their penises hanging, looking at
Hey, what's funny about that? What's funny about that is like they walk around all naked and shit, but you never see them actually outside doing anything. Like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from?
They walk around in the locker room all day long talking naked.
Yeah, it's naked time. It's naked time.
With that
In the
little-
sauna.
Hey,
In the sauna.
Oh no.
Hey, Tech C, what about your scars, man? What scar did you have to work on in life, buddy?
I'm too tough to have scars. No, I was kidding.
We can barely see you. You look like LaShawn the Dunn over there, man. You look dark as hell.
The blackest one?
Yeah. Yeah. What scar did you have to work on in life that you really had to overcome?
I think later in life, like when I suffered PTSD from my job, and that was to me, that was like the feeling of less of a man. I felt like because I had depression, because I had, these feelings that were bottled up inside, that I just felt like I wasn't a strong guy, and I always try to, when I was young, I always try to be put this tough guy front out, but, after, therapy and psychologists and all that stuff, I learned that, I can open up a little bit sometimes, but
yeah,
it's just, that was a tough part in my life that I just had to deal with. That I just, I didn't know how to deal with. Never experienced that thing, which led into anxiety attacks, which led to, all kinds of other shit that I had never experienced. It was just,
yeah.
It was
you were a shell of yourself. You were a shell of yourself.
humbling and scary at the same time. Like it, just made me think about a lot of things that in life that we need to appreciate more than just the small things. And
like wings. God loves his wings, man. I notice you love wings now more than ever. So
it made me love wings more, man, because that might be my last wing when I have them.
That's true.
Hey, that's awesome, man. I appreciate.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Actually dealing with it, because a lot of times you suppress, and it comes out in various forms. Sometimes it comes out, it'll come out in anger. It'll come out in disease, and people will get sick from suppressing like their emotional state. So I'm so glad that you're able to move through that.
See that
may not be all the way through it, but
yeah, he's still working through it, but he's gotten better. He's gotten better. I got to give you a heads up. I mean, you
want to give head?
I got to give you an applause. I got to clap my hands for you, man. I got to applaud for you. You've come a long way since I've known you. Now you're even more. Now he gets both feet done when he goes to the,
instead of one.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting out of all that tough stuff, and he's getting his feet done now. Scully. All right, Audra, get ready. Start taking notes. Scully, what scars did you have to work on in life, my friend?
I got a ton of them that I've never really worked on, and I still bury deep in boxes in the back of my head.
Balls deep.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for balls deep. So I'm not going to get into those right now because this is a different show. And, I actually thank Audra for bringing up the fact that when there's issues that you need to keep it local and get off the news and get off the media, dig within yourself. You have to do that before you start trying to tear down somebody else on social media or arguing with different people. And you haven't even fixed yourself. So like you're fucked up. You're coming from a fucked up situation, fucking up someone else's situation even more with your opinion. And so, yeah, we got to fix ourselves. I got to fix myself. We all have to do it. It's not something that one group of people needs to do. Everyone needs to stop. Get off the news, get off social media, fix yourself, talk amongst your friends, the people you care about, the people you trust, and move on from there. And since I'm not going to go into all the shit that I deal with, because Texie and I talk a lot, we've had a lot of the same issues. It'll never go away, bro. We know it. We're going to be dealing with it forever. And I just think that people should just keep their opinions to themselves for a while until they can focus on themselves.
I didn't say people should fuck up.
Like I get angry a lot because so here's my bitch, dude. People are just throwing opinions out there and that's it. That's all they're doing. Throwing opinions out there, and then I'm like, fuck that. You dumbass. You got that stupid fucking opinion again? Seriously? Have you even done your fucking homework? What I really mean is, can you at least be real? Don't share fake stuff. Don't just do things based on emotion. Actually put some homework into it, please, before you try and argue with me. It's a big mess, man.
See, Audra, I told you, I'm sorry, Scully, we only have
First of all, I just want to say,
10 minutes left. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I just want to say, like, thank you so much for sharing that, because that what you said is very, very powerful. One, you just acknowledge, you said you get really angry and you'll say certain things a certain way, but what you really meant is you meant it like, please, change this, please shift that, like, I think we all want a more cohesive society. I think just deep down, we all desire, like, it would be great if you could just go out into the world and just be who you are. Nobody's judging you based on what you look like, based on how much money you make, based on who you're married to, based on whatever.
Yeah.
They just see you for who you are. Like, I think that color your skin, car you drive, none of that really would matter. If we lived in a society like that, I think that everybody, honestly, they would just feel like, wow, I am so valuable. They would feel good about themselves because they're not constantly being shut down for something. And so I feel like the concept of not being alone in that, like, you're not alone in that, because other people feel the same exact way that you feel. Unfortunately, we keep kind of getting beat up, about how we feel, or these surface things that don't really matter. And so the anger that you may have towards certain things, or we all may have towards certain things, it comes from a real place. It comes from a place of being frustrated with, why can't I just be who I am and you're not in my face about it? Why? But at the same time, the other person feels the same exact way. Like, why can't I just be who I am and society not having a negative thing to say about it? So I think if we all see each other and see that we're all kind of coming from the same place, then it's like, oh, like, maybe I don't have to fight, because really we talking about the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's where I was going with it, because most of those negative feelings that people are feeling nowadays come from the news and media. They're not talking to you and I. Like, keep it local. Like, how do you feel? How do your friends feel? How do your neighbors feel? Everyone's getting angry because they're having all this shit shoved down their throat from the news and media that isn't real. And it's real in some areas. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's fake. But if everyone would just focus on themselves, their circle, their area, their neighborhood, and fix that, and don't listen to anything else, everything would get better. It's never gonna be perfect. It'll never be perfect. Humans won't be, but let's fix us in our areas. And if everyone could do the same across the country and across the world, and shut the fuck up judging people that are fucking 2,000 miles away because we really don't know, just everyone fix themselves in their area. And that's where I picked up from what you said earlier, and I thought that was awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, you're right on it. You're right on it. I feel like you're about to say something.
Vato V, were you about to say something?
Oh, I'm gonna talk about we're talking about like fake this and fake that, and talking about social media and stuff like that. A lot of these people that put stuff on social media that have 60, 70, 100, a million subscribers or friends or followers or whatever the case may be. You have all these people, say women in particular, who are on there to get like a like. You know what I mean? And they're fake. I'm talking about, like, their body is beyond fake. It's like, what are you looking for? And what are you looking for on social media? Like, and what is missing in your life that you want to look this way for a specific person? I get it, you're getting paid, but what is it that you want out of it? Like, what is it that you're looking for? Like, what is making you not happy? Because some of these women that have come on there, like, they fix their butts, they fix their the breast, they fix their teeth, they fix You know what I mean? They fake scars, but they look so fake. Like they're just like, it looks bad.
Funny. Audra,
You know what I
Vato V's thinking all these things as he's hitting like, as he's liking her.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Just for the record. So.
Like I like this, I like that. I don't like this, I don't like that. But see, that's the thing. Like I start thinking about it. I'm like, like what is it that's missing? What part or what is it in your life or about you that you don't like about yourself that you're trying to impress somebody that you don't even know?
Yeah,
exactly.
Trying to get attention.
You know what I mean?
But I think that's just it. Is that I think in life, period, we've been conditioned not to like ourselves. Period. And that
Why is that, Audra?
Well, if I'm gonna throw something out there, my hypothesis would be you can't control somebody who really loves themselves. Think about it. Like if you have low self-esteem, I can sell you makeup, I can sell you this car to buy, I can sell you this, these 3 beans. Here, come get these beans, and here's some magic beans you can plant. Like anything. I can control you. I can make you feel however I want you to feel because you don't love who you are. Period. And so, but if you have people who actually are like, yo, I like my body. Like, I don't, that's just, makeup. Okay, I can put some stuff on from time to time, but it's not a big deal. Like, I mean, come on. Like, people need likes because they haven't liked themselves in real life half the time. And I'm not saying that some people don't do certain things because of business and, they want to engage with their consumers and kind of test the marketplace and so on. And so likes kind of, it gives them information. I'm not saying that kind of stuff doesn't exist. But if you're constantly having to go and be, kind of maybe even go against what your soul really wants by, wearing this certain outfit, wearing this bikini, and you don't really wear bikinis like that, but you need to in order for somebody to say you look good, then that means you're not loving yourself enough. And I feel like if we're talking about quarantine, if we're talking about being at home, like now is a time to fall in love with yourself, to be honest, because I think that's why our society is so combative because we're not doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I saved this guy for last because it's going to take some time on this, and I hate to ask this question, but KC, you with us, KC?
He left. Fell out.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Hey, buddy. What are some scars, plural, that you feel? You know what? Let's just go with the main scar in your life that you feel you had
today.
KC, you.
Depression. I dealt with a lot of depression, bro. I was depressed for like 10 years. I wasn't forgiving myself about some stuff, so I just took on depression. I was chasing pain. I sabotaged a lot of relationships. I used a lot of Band-Aids. One day I just had to stop. I was just like I said, passion destructive. I was joking, but I was living a life that I was chasing death in some ways, and it was just, I just had to, and I had to do it for myself. And rehab did that to me. I learned a lot, getting some sobriety, and writing is something I don't know. I do a lot now because I got to get shit out of me. I hold on to stuff, and it was rough. It was like 15 years. I got bad, man. It was just, I was pretending to be somebody to a lot of people, but then I wanted it to end like bad, saying I wanted things to be like, well, I ain't shit anyway. So, and then that was my thing. And people were just like, I don't get this dude, you know what I'm saying? And,
wow.
I've apologized to everybody that I wronged in life. Some of them, most of them accepted it, but that doesn't mean they want to deal with me. I had to do a lot, but it's, I know what I am. I know what I can go to. So, every day is cool. I just don't like sit on the couch.
I got to say this, KC, since I've been knowing you, you are one of the friendliest people I've met. Your energy is great. You're one of the happiest, funniest guys I've met. And I'm not the only one who feels this way, because you have a lot of friends out there, a lot of people who love you, a lot of people that admire you that I've seen in your vicinity. So friends, females, dudes.
But you would say I'm funnier than you, though, wouldn't you?
Well, we're going too far there. We're going a little bit too far there. This is all talent, baby. All right. Now, I mean, when it comes to my scars, I don't really have scars. You know, I love myself. If you can't love yourself, you can't love others. So, I mean, maybe I love myself a little too much. That could be a scar. But, you know, I feel good.
Are we being real right now? Everybody here was all the way real. And you're just going to be like, you know, I'm just so darn lovable. That's probably the scar I have.
You love yourself so much, you can't love others.
Oh,
Maybe that's one of my scars. I'm
himself.
too into myself, you know? I'm too into myself, you know? No, I have, nobody's perfect. I know I have things I need to work on. And like KC, you know, I'm a man of a certain age.
Did he just dance around his scar?
He didn't even really address it. I mean,
I was about to.
Like, I'm hosting all of this, you know. Okay.
I'm just the host. I narrate. I navigate this whole thing. You know, you guys are the ones.
Participate. We need you to participate.
Now, I was about to. I have some, you know, some personal demons growing up. There's a lot of things I went through as a child that affected me as a grown man, and I've had to go through a lot of self-therapy and, you know, therapy through church. And, you know, my religion has helped me, you know, my beliefs and things like that. And where I'm at today, I'm pretty proud of where I'm at today. I can imagine I would probably be even more successful if it wasn't for some of the obstacles I've had to overcome in life. But, hey, my book is not finished. You know, I'm still writing this whole thing. And it's about this thick so far. I'm trying to get it to about that thick. You know, and hopefully it's going to be a happy ending at the end of this thing. So,
that's what she said.
Hey, so we do this thing called the Scully Red Rant. This is when Scully gets everything off his chest. I tell you, if it wasn't for this segment on the show, this man, hair? What's that?
Even his hair?
Yeah, he has that Donald Trump hair. But if it wasn't for,
yes. Look, I got half of it.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Scully, you were seriously looking like a crazy white guy, man. If it wasn't for this part of the show, Scully.
Differently.
Give him an AK-47, he'll look real crazy.
Yeah, I think we've saved lives because of this part of the show. So I'm going to warn you, Audra, and all of our audience out there, the views and opinions expressed by Scully does not necessarily represent the views and opinions of everyone in the show. Your discretion is advised. So before we get into this, Scully, well, actually, we're about to get into it now. Scully, it is time for the Scully Red Rant. Floor is yours, my man.
So I don't want to fuck up the beauty of this show. It's been wonderful. It's been deep.
Balls deep.
But I'm going to go back to a reference at the beginning that Audra brought up also about parties and masks and no masks and all that. Can we discuss that? Hey, people, if you want to wear a mask, that's your fucking choice. Wear the fucking mask. You know what? But that doesn't give you the right to fucking talk shit or bring other people down for not wearing it, because that's their choice too. Honestly, those fucking things don't even work that great, and the best thing is to stay the fuck away from them. Like if I'm spitting right now, I hope you're not within 3 feet. So if you're 6 feet plus away from me, you're going to be just fine. Your opinion stays with you, and you don't have any fucking right to judge any other human being on this planet because they don't want to wear a mask. Because there's multiple reasons why. It could be political, it could be health, it could be comfort, it could be a million things that's none of your fucking business, all right? So just go out there and do you. Fuck up.
Ow! Scully. Again, the views and opinions expressed by Scully does not necessarily represent the views and opinions of everyone in this show. Viewer discretion.
They don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck. All right, so.
Hey,
I wear masks.
and that's true. You know what?
Yes,
Hey,
wear your
throw that.
mask.
That's a good thing to throw out there is, hey, we all have different opinions. So just because you guys hear one of us say one thing, or we throw something out on social media here and there, that's nice. That doesn't mean that we all agree with it. It means
Absolutely.
Live in the middle of the desert. You don't need a mask.
yeah, and I travel other places. I could tell you, you know what? I'll be honest right now. I'm not going to go into detail about what I do every day. I don't even own a mask. So, I mean, for someone to get mad at me, it's like, I don't even get it. I don't own one. So, and ain't nobody showing up, trying it on for size. Like they have bra fitters, right?
Hey, I wear a mask in the shower. That's how much I love masks, man.
Yeah, but hopefully you have somebody in there with you.
I'm working on that. I got to say, hey, Scully, that's one thing that makes the show go round is different opinions that we all may have. Vato V and I, we've had some run-ins. Texie, you know, he barely talks, but, you know, if you talk about his beer, he's going to disagree with a few things. KC's gotten on me a few times. You know, I'm a very opinionated guy. You guys have checked me. So that's what this show is all about. That's what makes the show great. Audra, your opinions are always welcome here on the show. We would always love to have you back here. We need this positivity right now in the world. I promise you, our viewers are so happy to hear from you today. And before we get out of here, is there any last thing you want to say? Any more positive vibes you want to give out there?
I would say this. I feel like the energy of what's going on right now, it's not about black or white. It's not about mask on, mask off. I believe that the battle is more of a spiritual battle, and it's about light versus darkness in a way. And
that's racist, Audra. That's racist. What
you know what I'm saying. And what I mean is that, are you going, like, really vibrating high is the challenge. And when you're in fear, when you're in hatred, when you're in, you know, anger, resentment, when you're in all of that stuff, like, you're vibrating low. Yeah. So I think if we're talking about trying to heal the world, trying to heal your own body, even if it's just your own body, like vibrating in a space of love, vibrating in a space where you're just like, you know what? I don't understand why they do what they do or why they say what they say, but okay, go do what you do, say what you say. You have a place in this world. And even if it's just that, because you're not coming against it, it's just letting it be, letting things work out in a beautiful way, and staying in a loving energy. If you can, I feel like if on an individual basis, if we can all stay in a loving energy, then things will come together and be really, really, really dope, really beautiful. So I just feel like that's just it. It's just fight for your own high vibration. If you're gonna fight to stay feeling good and feeling in a love space. Yes,
let everybody do what they want to do, as long as it doesn't impede on the rights or hurts other individuals. Then, you know, respect each other and respect what, you know, you do. If you like drawing and art and I don't, I'm not going to get on you or look at you weird because that's something you love to do and I don't love to do. That's the problem. You know, that's just a small example. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I totally agree with that. Again, positive vibes, Audra. You can catch, if you want to hear more from Audra, you can catch her every second and fourth Wednesday. The show is called I've Got Scars, Baby. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. And it's on, am I forgetting? It's another channel there. Right?
iTunes, wherever you get your podcast, you can check it out. You can also go to my website. There's information about the show and about me and all that, but it's audrabryant.com.
AudraBryant.com. Absolutely. And who knows, maybe you'll see one of us on her show, because we all know we got scars. I tell you that.
And I just want to say thank you so much for having me on. I had a really amazing time. Like, you guys are really dope. And thank you for sharing your scars with the world, because that's how we heal.
Let me ask you something, Audra. Was your experience on the show this time a lot better than your experience on the show the first time?
Well, you know what? It's funny because I felt like I was talking a lot more before. I was like, okay.
Yeah. You were like a deer in the headlights. Right.
So, but I had a great time both times. But you know, I love this conversation. We couldn't have had this conversation before because I didn't have a show.
Right.
Yeah,
And we didn't have Scully, or we didn't have.
There, was I?
What's
Pardon
that?
me?
No.
The first time she was on the show, I wasn't even there, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We didn't have Scully. We didn't have Scully or KC on the show. So
I mean, I wasn't there either. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you were.
I didn't go that day.
Oh, okay. Well, so it was just me, LaShawn, and Tech, and Audra. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well,
what happened?
Recognize things the way I should and the way I actually feel, but I do want to thank you for what you brought to the show.
Yep.
I thought it was real, and I thought it was just awesome. It was good to have you.
Audra, I got to say, that was the first time in the history of Todd Scully being on this show that he actually thanked a guest for coming on. So, wow, that's you look at the impression you put on this man in this man's life. So
you healed his scar.
Honored. Thank
yes.
you.
Healed the power of Audra today, the hour of power. So
You are
all right, that's our show, folks. As you know, we are on every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Catch us on YouTube, catch us on iTunes, catch us on, we're on Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast. Even now, with all this stuff going on, we are still here, folks. And we will be back at LE Talk Radio soon. We promise you, as soon as things, go back to somewhat normal, we will be back there. But hey, in the meantime,
but if we stop wearing our masks, the numbers are gonna go up, and then they're gonna shut us down again if we stop wearing our masks.
That's true. We didn't get it, but you notice we didn't get a chance to talk about. Usually, our show is just flooded with coronavirus conversation. We've tried to have a show here where we weren't talking about that so much.
Love you, Scully.
And yeah, Audra, you gave us that option to not talk about. I mean, we only talk about coronavirus maybe 5-10% of the time. So
yeah.
You're awesome, Audra. Thank you for coming on again. I've got scars, baby. Thank you so much. That's our show, folks. Remember, in life, you're good, but with our help.
Peace, Audra.
Could be the best.
Audra. In life, you're good, but with our help, gentlemen, you could be
the best.
The best. That's our show, folks.
Best.
We'll see you next week.
I'm funnier than that.
hilarious.
You guys have